Alright. Well, let's start off here with a little bit of something I like to call Astro Live. Oh yeah, that's right. If I look like I'm spacing out, it's probably because I am right now. There we go. Oh, we're switching it up. Yeah, we've got a special someone that was new to the stream last week, or at least had a new identity, which is totally fine here. You can be whatever you want from week to week, and we appreciate you all tuning in. Alright. We've got a chart we want to analyze right now. BigBadBtch666, and I don't know how Justin knew to play that specific rhythm, but this feels like the perfect Astro Live rhythm for BBB666. Holy Grand Trine, if all of you can see that at home. Alright, BBB. Let's see what we got. You got a Gemini rising with Jupiter in the first house. Big bad bitch, I bet. This chart is for a being who is supposed to perhaps internalize the grandiose nature of their own identity. I say internalize because that Jupiter is retrograde, folks, and it's very near, just out of reach of a Chiron. So there's something, maybe in this lifetime, BBB, something in this lifetime where you need to learn to really hone in on just how much you can expand, how big and bad you can really be. That might be part of this whole dynamic. That grand trine with your sun and the moon and Jupiter. I mean, come on. You are definitely here for a purpose. I look at the sun in the 10th house in Aquarius, and we're all gonna find out what that purpose is. Because woven into the structure of how you interact with society, how you bear fruit, is this idea that when you shine, you are rebellious, but rebellious within a certain dynamic. The dynamic has to do with structure, BBB. It has to do with you believing in transformation, you believing in death and rebirth. When you believe is when you see, when there is a structure there that adheres to it, that acknowledges it. And maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Acknowledgement of the transcendental, of the transformational, of the transmutations. The sun in the 10th house means you are there for prominence. Your ambition is wise. And in Aquarius, we know that you will rebel against what you need to strive for your own exploration of individuality, to then share that with the world, to share it big and bad with that 666, that self-consciousness. That's right. You're gonna have to turn and look in the mirror, internalize the grandiose nature of who you are. Now I wish that that Jupiter in the first house was in Gemini so that you could reflect it like the twins. But I'm sorry, that Jupiter is actually 0 degrees Cancer, even more internalized, down to the very seat of the spirit, the throne you sit on. it's very personal, and it should be. You're going to share what you gain as momentum in society. You will share it with humanity, but first you need to work within the system with a rebellious attitude, knowing that the exploration is all you have to give, all of us. Wow, holy 8th house. This adds to understanding. You have in Capricorn your entire 8th house and a stellium of planets that includes Venus, Saturn, Neptune, Mars, and Uranus. I mean, wowza. You've got death and rebirth. You've got the idea that one can die and bring their essence into a seed that has promise in the springtime. That says self-sacrifice to me. But structured self-sacrifice, you're not going to give it up for anything. You got to go in knowing that there is some order to death and rebirth. In fact, you could probably help a lot of people out with that strength of yours. What else do I see here? Oh yeah, we've got the moon right on the cusp of the 6th house in Scorpio, and Pluto, the modern ruler of Scorpio, is right there with it. Not conjunct, but in that very big 6th house. Well, BBB, I would say this. Let me groove a little. Your emotions are very much tied to your sense of being in service to something. Again, if you climb the social ladder for yourself as an individual, you're going to find a lot of openings, a lot of avenues to power. But ultimately, you're going to have to pour that individuality through yourself and offer to the world. That sense of service is deeply tied to your instinctual nature, your emotional body. In Scorpio, your emotions run deep. They're very intense because they're not down for the superficial, because you know you're a big bad bitch, 666. That's right, self-consciousness, big self-consciousness, deep digging self-consciousness in the service of truth. And when you get there, BBB, which is going to be over and over again, like the seasons, like in the fall, the trees dropping their leaves, their acorns, waiting for the springtime to come up again as something new. As you go through these transformations and you structure them in wisdom and time, you will have something very grandiose to offer the world. Remember to share it with all of us. Oh yeah.